When you think of foodie paradise, where does your mind go first? For me, it is always Singapore, a country overflowing with flavor, culture, and some of the best eats in the world. This trip, we're visiting the nostalgic spots that made us fall in love with Singapore 8 years ago, while also getting our minds blown away by local foodie spots that still got me drooling till this day. Buckle up because we are heading off to Singapore. Hi friends, welcome back to another vlog. Honestly, when I got the email for Singapore Tourism Board about coming back, I screamed in my room for a good 10 minutes straight. Ever since my last trip last year, I've been dreaming about returning, but this time with Dom. 8 years ago, right after we graduated from university, we came here for the very first time. We worked overtime, saved for months and months, and when we finally had enough to book the trip, it truly felt like a dream come true. Looking back, I think that trip will forever be one of my favorites, the one that sparked our love for food, especially for Asian street food. This trip feels extra special because it's actually Dom's very first time joining me on a brand trip. I've always dreamed about sharing this part of my journey with him, so to be able to do it in one of our favorite countries in the world, let's just say excitement would be the biggest understatement. Hi guys, we are officially here in Singapore after 24 hours of traveling. I'm so happy to be here. Dom actually hasn't been back since 8 years ago, and if there's one thing to remember from Singapore, it is that this place has amazing food. Today we're actually gonna take it pretty chill because the trip actually officially starts tomorrow. However, our hotel is really close to Maxwell Food Center as well as downtown, so I figured we could walk around and get some yummy food to eat. We are both craving chicken rice, so let's head out together. One of the first foodie spots that I had to take Dom was Champion Bolo Bao, a place that I discovered on my last trip and still dream about it till this day. I'm not kidding when I say this is hands down the best bolo bao I've ever had in my life. It is fluffy and soft with that sweet flaky golden top, and when you bite into it, you find a rich French butter melting on the inside, pure perfection.
The flavors and the textures, they like hit you in waves.
The moment Dom took his first bite, he made me promise we'll come back at least 2 more times during this trip. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that we're off to a pretty amazing start to our foodie adventure. Another meal that we've been dreaming about since the moment we knew we were coming back to Singapore was chicken rice. And of course, our first stop had to be Tian Tian Chicken Rice, the spot that made us fall in love with this dish 8 years ago. I still remember on our very last day back then, we showed up right after they closed and I literally teared up. So ever since then, we've been dreaming about the day that we can come back together again. Imagine fluffy, glossy rice coated in that rich chicken fat and aromatics paired with tender, juicy chicken and served with that zesty chili garlic sauce. Honestly, it is a match made in heaven. But here's the thing, back then we only had time to try Tian Tian, so this time I dedicated an entire day to just chicken rice, hopping around some of the most recommended local spots, so don't worry, by the end of this vlog, we're really gonna find out which chicken rice spot in Singapore takes the crown. So simple, but so good. However, for our very first day, our bellies were full, our smiles couldn't be bigger, and deep down, I just knew this is gonna be a trip of a lifetime. Hi guys, good morning. Today is officially day 1 of our Singapore trip. No matter how many times I've been on brand trip, I still get so nervous and excited to meet everyone. So let's head out together. Are you excited?
So excited. Let's go.
Let's go eat. A neighborhood that I didn't get a chance to bring Dom last time we were here in Singapore, but one I instantly fell in love with was Little India. The moment you step in, it feels like you've been transported to somewhere completely different. The air is filled with the aroma of spices, vibrant flower glands hang from every stall, and streets are just buzzing with life. It is colorful, chaotic in the best way possible, and so full of heart and culture. Of course, we had to kick off our foodie adventure at Tekka Center, one of the best hawker centers to dive into Indian food. We got a little bit of everything, freshly made products, dipped in fish curry and sambal, prawn noodles that completely blew my mind. Honestly, it was so delicious. And not gonna lie, even the iced coffee that we grabbed on the side woke me right up. It was strong, creamy, and just the perfect way to start the morning. The best part about eating in a hawker center is that you can try a little bit of everything. And even though it was our very first meal together as a group, there's something about family style dining that just instantly brings everyone closer together. If this is a glimpse of what the rest of the trip is gonna look like, I think we're off to a very delicious start. The coolest part about traveling with locals is discovering those hidden hole-in-the-wall spots that you would never find on your own. And this place was exactly that. They have been serving authentic nasi padang since 1948, and they actually are the oldest surviving stall in Singapore. If you've never tried nasi padang before, it's an Indonesian meal that originated for Padang. Think fluffy steamed rice paired with a variety of flavorful side dishes. The best way to describe it is like having a mini feast on a plate. They have over 20 different dishes to choose from the classic beef rendang to Nanking curry, but what really stood out to me was their smoky sambal, which is still simmered over charcoal, a technique passed down for generations. Depth of flavor was unreal. It wasn't just spicy, it was smoky, savory, and I'm not kidding when I say I could not stop pairing this with everything. Probably hands down the best sambal I've ever had in my life. Even the lime juice here was to die for. If you're looking for comforting, hearty, and bold lunch in Singapore, this spot is an absolute must try. If there's one place you're gonna see over and over again in this vlog, it is Birds of Paradise. And honestly, this might be a bold statement, but I think this is my favorite ice cream shop in the world. They're known for their botanical inspired flavors, think fresh, light, and beautifully balanced, creating flavors that taste elegant, refreshing, and so unique. My go-to is always their white chrysanthemum, creamy cacao nibs with that perfect crunch, while Dom swears by their lychee raspberry, fruity floral, and just the right amount of sweetness. And please, please, please don't skip on their house-made thyme cones, the subtle herbal aroma with the gelato, pure perfection. This was actually my second time visiting Singapore with Singapore Tourism Board, and there's something so special about meeting a group of people who share the same love and passion for food. It is crazy how quickly food brings everyone together. We always joke that these trips feel like a school field trip. At first, everyone's a little bit shy, but as the day go on, you start laughing, sharing stories, and suddenly it feels like you've known each other forever. This was actually my first ever dedicated foodie brand trip, and wow, it felt so heartwarming to connect with others who see food the same way I do, as joy, love, and culture all in one bite. Every stop on our itinerary gave us a deeper glimpse of Singapore's vibrant food scene, from learning how to make steamed dumplings in a traditional Peranakan home to cafe hopping across the city. And I swear Singapore cafe scenes deserve their own video because it was non-stop inspiration. Maybe it was the food, maybe it's the friendship, or maybe it's just the moment we hopped onto the Singapore sidecars, zipping through colorful neighborhoods, feeling the warm breeze and smelling the amazing street food. But in that moment, I just knew that this is a trip that I'm gonna remember forever. So for dinner, we were absolutely starving, so when they told us we were having chili crab, we already know that we were ready to dig in. This is one of Singapore's most iconic old school seafood restaurants, the kind of place where locals have been going for generations. The setting itself feels so nostalgic, and the food, wow. We ordered a full feast to share family style, and every single dish was delicious. All the fried rice was perfectly wok fried, fragrant, and packed with that signature Singapore wok hei, that smoky flavor that makes every bite so addictive. The feng sha chicken was crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, and came with that tangy savory sauce that tied everything together. But of course, the starter nights were the crabs, the famous chili crabs coated in that rich, tangy, slightly spicy sauce, perfect for dipping those golden mantou buns. And the black pepper crab was bold, fragrant, and bursting with flavor. It was one of those messy, joy-filled, everyone reaching across the table kind of dinners, and honestly, if family style dining isn't the best way to kick off the first official night here in Singapore, I don't know what else is. Hi guys, good morning. Today is day 2 of our travel plan. By the way, travel hack, if you want to add more fiber into your diet and don't want to worry about it too much, I've been making chia seed water every single morning, and this has been a life savor. I just add some chia seed and some water and let it soak for around an hour or so while I'm getting ready, and then it's ready. Anyways, today is gonna be another foodie packed day. I am so happy to be here. Yesterday the food was so delicious, and today I think we're gonna head out to have more modern style Singaporean food. I'm not too sure, but I just know that whatever they have planned for us, the food is gonna be good for sure. Let me quickly chuck my chia seed water and let's head out. Good morning.
Morning.
We start off our morning at Acoustic Coffee Bar, a cozy yet stylish cafe close to Little India. This spot is known for taking classic Singapore flavors and giving them a modern creative twist. Think sweet tamarind chicken bites, acoustic curry pasta, and grilled rice dishes where every bite feels both nostalgic and new. You taste familiar ingredients like sambal, kaya, and pandan, but reimagined in a way that feels fresh and exciting. I'll be honest, I'm usually a little bit hesitant when it comes to fusion food, but everything here was so well done. It respected the traditional flavors while introducing something new. It's that perfect balance of tradition meets creativity. I especially love their iced cloud drinks that were must orders in my opinion. In a city as fast-paced as Singapore, Acoustic Cafe is the perfect spot to pause, unwind, and recharge. Kampong Glam has to be one of the coolest and most vibrant neighborhoods here in Singapore. It's where traditions and modern creativity blend so perfectly together. Once home to Malay royalty, it's now a colorful mix of heritage, art, food, and fashion. And honestly, just walking around here feels so alive. Right in the center is Sultan Mosque, which is a gorgeous golden dome that you can spot almost anywhere in the neighborhood, plus it's free to visit as well. Around it, the streets are lined with local boutiques, perfume shops, textile stores, and cozy cafes. The kind of place you can just spend hours just wandering around. One spot you have to try is Tarik, which literally means pole tea in Malay. It's a strong black tea mixed with condensed milk, poured back and forth between 2 cups until it's super frothy and creamy. We also ordered teh limau, which I loved so much. It's a black tea mixed with calamari lime juice and sugar. It is tangy, slightly citrusy, and the perfect pick-me-up on a hot day. So refreshing. One of my all-time favorite restaurants here in Singapore is the Coconut Club. So you know, I was so excited to try Belimbing, their new generation Singaporean restaurant located right above it on Beach Road. First of all, this place was absolutely stunning. Modern, simple, but still super warm and inviting. We went for their 4-course tasting menu, and honestly, every single dish blew me away. Its local flavors reimagined with such fresh, creative ways pair perfectly with their refreshing cocktails. Some of my favorites were the smoked Wagyu ox tongue, the clam custard, a Singaporean twist on Japanese steamed eggs, crispy mee sua, fried chicken with yellow curry, and the grilled short ribs that literally melted in my mouth. And of course, their signature Coconut Club coconut rice that tied everything so perfectly together. Every dish was thoughtful, balanced, flavorful, and beautifully done. Even though the portions were bite-sized, we left so full, so happy, and already planning our next visit back. Kudos to the chef because this is one of our favorite meals from this trip. Hi guys, we are so full. We have a 1-hour break and we're going bar hopping tonight. However, I forgot to get my toes done before we got here. So I'm gonna try to walk around and see if we can find a nail salon that will take me very last minute to get a pedicure. But yeah, let's head out together. We're having so much fun. The food in Singapore and the people here are so nice. I can't believe it. I was in and out within 30 minutes and my toes look amazing. It's that place called Nail Palace. Highly recommend. The people in Singapore are so nice. They had 2 people helping me at the same time, and so far everywhere I've been, people have been so friendly. But we're gonna head back. I have still another 15 minutes to get ready, and then we're gonna head out to bar hopping. Let's go. Let's head out. Bar hopping in Singapore hits different because it's not just about the drinks, it's also about the food as well. Let me warn you, these next few spots are officially on my must-visit list every time I come back to Singapore, so let's dive in. First stop, Chun Hoi Parlor, which feels like a modern Singaporean soul food done right. The restaurant is named after the chef's mother, and the moment you walk in, it feels like you're stepping into a friend's mom's home. It is warm, nostalgic, and full of heart. The food takes family recipes and heritage dishes and reimagines them with such creative twist. They're also known for having the largest baijiu collection here in Singapore, with over 30 labels bringing traditional Chinese spirits with modern cocktail culture. It is so cool. But the food, oh my goodness, you have to try their dry laksa, which is packed with smoky wok hei, and the Hainanese kampong chicken is one of my favorites here in Singapore, and that pork lard rice, pure comfort. I instantly saved this spot to revisit, and it completely blew my mind. Must try if you're ever here in Singapore.
Bar number 2. Let's go.
Next up, we got Nutmeg and Clove, which I honestly think is one of the best cocktail bars here in Singapore. They've been voted as Asia top 50 best bars almost every single year, and the second you walk in, you will totally understand why. The space is warm and inviting, soft lighting, natural textures, and that perfect cozy buzz that makes you want to stay all night long. What I love the most about this bar is how deeply rooted their drinks are in local identity. Each cocktail is inspired by Singapore's people, ingredients, and stories. Their current menu pays tributes to 12 locals, from tailors to fishermen, and every drink reflects their craft in the most creative way possible. I've tried over 8 cocktails here, and honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them. And the food, please order their rendang mac and cheese. It is creamy, cheesy, and topped with a tender rendang beef. Easily one of the best bites we had all night, an absolute must order. Our last stop on this bar hopping adventure is Side Door, run by the absolute powerhouse husband and wife duo, and let me tell you, what a way to end the night. Their cocktail may look simple, but each one is packed with layers of flavors, texture, and thought. Every sip feels so intentional, balanced, creative, and full of personality. If you visit, I highly recommend trying their tapas and cocktail pairing. You get a light, elegant cocktail pair perfectly matched with a bite-sized appetizer. It's a type of combo that just makes sense. The perfect way to wrap up the best night of bar hopping here in Singapore.
Matcha flavored oat milk. Coconut chili. So these are SG60 flavors.
Late night grocery shopping. Day 3, featuring my chia seed drink. Today we're going on a boat ride.
Day 3, we got to go on a K-long boat tour, something I've never experienced before, and honestly, it was such a unique way to see different sides of Singapore. Just a short ride from Cheng Chi Point Ferry Terminal, and within minutes, you're completely transported. From the busy city to calm blue waters surrounded by nothing but sea breeze and open sky. Not going to lie, I did get super boat sick halfway through, so I did spend a big part of the boat ride napping, but it was still really cool to learn about the K-long culture. These floating fish farms have been part of Singapore's coastal life for generations. After the tour, we stopped at Smith Marine Floating Restaurant, Singapore's first floating seafood restaurant built on a modern K-long. And oh my goodness, the food here was unreal. So worth the seasick. From fresh chili crab to steamed red snapper and sandball mussels, salted egg yolk squid, and sweet and sour prawns, every bite tasted extra delicious because we were on the water. It was such a memorable experience seeing how tradition, food, and sea all come together so beautifully. For a sweet little treat, we went for high tea at One Arden, home to the world's highest food forest, all the way up on the 51st floor. It is known as the world's highest garden-to-table high tea, and honestly, it was such a cool experience. Before the tea, we got to go on a little tour on the rooftop garden, learning how they managed to grow so many different herbs, vegetables, and fruits all the way up here, and how they use them throughout their menu to create a sustainable garden experience. The high tea itself was stunning. Every dish looked like art, and we sat by the windows overlooking the city skyline, sipping garden-infused teas and nibbling on sweet and savory bites. I could literally feel my motion sickness melting away. By the end of the meal, I was refreshed, recharged, and ready to conquer the city all over again. Hi guys, we just got back to our room. We have around 40 minutes or so before our dinner plans. We're doing a supper tour today, so we're trying out a bunch of yummy places. I am still so full because we're eating so much yummy food. The Singapore hospitality is insane. But we figured we would try this cake that we got yesterday, which is from Rich and Good. It's been open since 1997. We're gonna try the pandan flavor. Wow. Whoa. The filling on the inside.
Kind of tastes like tart dessert in a way.
This cake is so fluffy. Next up, we got the durian dessert. It is so strong, the smell. Oh, the smell is very strong. I think they have like fresh durian on the inside. First bite. It's kind of savory. It tastes a little bit oniony. Is that normal? The cake is still really yummy and it's very creamy, but I think I still like the pandan more. Okay, one more bite. Fresh durian on the inside. Oh, this is a big bite with a lot of durian. Okay, cheers. Maybe not for me, but the cake itself is yummy. But at least I gave it a try. Maybe it'll grow on me. I think tonight we might be eating fresh durian. So we'll see if I change my mind on durian. It's so much more savory than I expected it to be. I thought it would be more like banana type of creamy texture, but it really tastes like onions to me. Comment down below if that's normal. Anyways, I'm gonna keep eating my pandan cake and I'll see you guys at dinner for our supper run. Let's head out. Turns out that we actually have 1 extra hour before dinner. So Dom and I are gonna go to our favorite, which is Birds of Paradise. Let's head out together. Elsa. Okay, when I say supper culture, what are you thinking? Well, let me tell you, because when in Singapore, a city that truly never sleeps, supper isn't just any meal, it is a way of life. Whether it's after work, post night out, or just because you're craving something at 2 a.m., there is always something open here in Singapore, something sizzling, steaming, and waiting for you to eat. Tonight, we're diving into a few local supper favorites, so first up, we got turtle soup. This local spot has been serving turtle herbal soup for decades and has become a staple for anyone craving something warm, nourishing, and deeply traditional. The soup is double boiled with a blend of Chinese herbs, creating a broth that is rich, aromatic, and full of flavor.
It's a little intimidating at first, but it's so good.
It is served with yam rice cooked with soy sauce, shallots, and chunks of yam. It was so good, I could just eat bowls of this on its own. The soup itself tastes like a collagen-rich pork broth, with layers of umami flavor and subtle earthy undertones. The meat was tender and slightly chewy, kind of like a braised duck or pork, while the turtle skin was filled with gelatin, and it really tastes more like a melt-in-your-mouth texture like beef tendon. Dom and I ended up having 3 bowls each of this soup because it was that good. It's something that the more you drink it, the better it gets. Number 2. This time we're eating kway teow. Let's go. Next up, we're at Lor 9 Beef Kway Teow, one of Singapore's most iconic supper spots, to try their famous stir-fried beef kway teow and deep-fried frog legs. First up, the beef kway teow. Silky rice noodle, wok-fried and drenched in a thick, savory brown gravy that is smoky, rich, and packed with that perfect wok hei aroma. The beef was incredibly tender, the noodles were so bouncy and chewy, soaking up every bit of that glossy sauce, and we pair it with a splash of chili vinegar. It was honestly chef's kiss. Next up came the deep-fried frog legs. It was crispy on the outside, juicy and tender on the inside. I've had frog before in the past, and honestly it tastes like a cross between chicken and fish, just way more softer and way more delicate. Pair it with an ice cold lime juice or beer. This is the perfect late night combo. We ended the night with something I have always been curious and slightly nervous to try, fresh durian for the very first time. And let me say, this was definitely an experience of itself. I wouldn't call myself a picky eater, but soft textures kind of just intimidate me. However, when in Singapore, you have to try durian. The energy at these stalls were wild. Everyone was laughing, having a great time, chatting, cracking open durians late into the night. We ordered 2 different types, Black Throne and Musang King.
Oh, Durian King!
Oh, yes!
Oh, I'm nervous.
The Black Throne totally threw me off for some weird reason. It tasted a bit like onion to me. Please tell me I'm not the only one.
It tastes like onion. No. The stinkiness is oniony. Like shallots. Garlic.
I swear if it was chilled, it might have been a little bit better, but it was definitely really bitter, very savory, not what I was expecting at all. However, the Musang King, that one I actually loved. Creamy, rich, and sweet. It kind of was like custard, caramel, and almond all in one bite. Would I order durian on my own again? Probably not, but it was definitely a fun, unforgettable memory that I will never forget.
Wow, this one's
Is it
delicious.
true?
Yeah, it's a bit more
You can get drunk.
You can get drunk off durian.
Yep.
Eat durian responsibly.
Chasing dreams, I'm chasing light. Pushing boundaries, taking flight. I keep my head high, never look back. No stopping now, I'm on the rise. I'm versatile, yeah, I'll flip the script. Changing the game, baby, I'll never slip. Head up, I'll move it right to the top. Every door I open, I'm ahead of my time. I'm breaking new ground. You wonder how I do it.
Hi guys, good morning. Today is officially day 4 of our Singapore trip. Today is a solo day. However, I'm very excited because the team put together all the locals' favorite chicken rice spots here in Singapore, and there's so many. And if there's one thing about me is that I will never get sick of chicken rice. So let's go try the top 5 spots together and compare them and see which one we like best. Let's head out! Chicken rice is truly the heart of Singapore. Simple, comforting, and packed with flavor. It starts with a whole chicken gently poached in a fragrant broth made with ginger, garlic, and green onion until the meat turns silky, juicy, and tender. The same golden broth is then used to cook the rice, infusing every grain with that chicken fat and aromatic, giving it an irresistible glossy texture and fragrance that everyone loves.
I cannot believe that all of this food, basically 2 portions of Hainanese chicken rice, and it's only 8 Singapore dollars. If I lived here, I would eat this every day. But taste test time!
First stop was Nanxiang at Wompo Market. This place was a bang for your buck. I love the fragrant rice here, though the chicken was slightly dry for me, but overall I would still highly come back again. Everything at this hawker center was actually so affordable as well, including this amazing dessert stall nearby. So I'll definitely come back to try more local favorites next time at this hawker center.
This was less than 3 Singapore dollars.
Next up was Hainanese delicacy tucked on the top floor of Far East Plaza, and hands down my favorite chicken rice finds this trip. We came during the rush hour, waited around 20 minutes, but it was so worth the wait. The chicken was incredibly tender, the rice was perfectly fragrant, and the soup, oh my goodness, this was definitely the hidden gem of this place. It was so rich and so comforting. Even though it's a small shop, you can tell that it's a true local favorite with tons of loyal customers. If you're in the Orchard area across from Ion Mall, this is definitely a must-try spot for authentic old school chicken rice that hits all the right tones.
The chicken is so tender. We were supposed to go to our 3rd stop, but then we got caught excited because this place does ear cleaning, and Dom has never had his ears cleaned before. So I figured maybe we'd go in and see if they'll let us try it out and see if it is good.
Let's go.
Let's try. How many infected ears do you have? Okay, first time cleaning your ear. What is your review?
I thought it was okay. I actually didn't have a lot of earwax. She said that I actually over cleaned it to the point where it got infected. So like here is my ear after.
Wow. Very, very clean.
Very clean. It's actually pretty relaxing. She gave me a head massage after too.
Are you excited to get some chicken rice?
Yeah, I'm ready to eat now.
Stop number 3.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Now that Dom's ears are finally cleaned, the next 2 spots we had to compare were the iconic Tian Tian chicken rice and Thai chicken rice.
Can't try chicken and rice without trying Thai Hainanese chicken and rice. Let's compare and see which one we like best.
Both located inside the famous Maxwell Food Center. Tian Tian is probably the most famous chicken rice stall here in Singapore. It is featured by legends like Anthony Bourdain and Gordon Ramsay, and it's a total must-try for tourists.
It is viral for a reason. It is so delicious, so tender, so flavorful, and the large order is $9, which is not too bad actually, now comparing it to other places.
Right next door is Thai, run by the former head chef of Tian Tian, which is why everyone loves to compare these two together. You already know I'm a huge fan of Tian Tian chicken rice. The chicken is juicy, the rice is insanely flavorful, and the chili sauce has that perfect kick. But I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I actually prefer Thai more this time. The chicken was way more tender, it's cheaper, and there is no line. Honestly, I think this might be my new go-to spot here in Singapore.
The chicken is so tender here. Tian Tian is more saucy. So if you like a saucier chicken, Tian Tian is the way to go. And this one has like a cleaner, more simple taste. Overall, both really good.
However, do I think Tian Tian is still worth a try? Absolutely, especially if you go between 2 to 4 p.m. However, is it worth waiting anything more than 30 minutes for? Probably not. It is iconic and definitely deserves the hype once. But if there's a long line, I would say just walk a few steps over to Thai and your stomach will also thank you later. I always get asked why I love coming back to Singapore so much, and honestly, it's because the city holds some of my happiest memories. Every time I'm here, it somehow feels like home. Maybe it's comforting food that feels so familiar, or the fact that city is so clean and so safe, or maybe it's just because the people here are truly some of the kindest people in the world. But I've been here only 4 times, from visiting as a freshly graduated student 8 years ago to now coming back in my 30s with my life partner, and each trip has its own story and own kind of magic. One place I always revisit is the cloud forest and gardens by the bay. No matter how many times I go, I'm still blown away at how stunning it is. The cool mist, the towering indoor waterfall, the lush greenery, and the rare orchards that make it feel like you're stepping into another world. This time around, they even had a dinosaur exhibition. Truly unreal. It never fails to amaze me how a country that is so small geographically can offer so much joy, culture, food, and experience. And I think that is why every time I come back, I feel the same spark of happiness all over again.
It's currently 11 p.m. and I'm about to go meet up with Jeannie to go get a blind box for Crayon Shin Chan. We both love Crayon Shin Chan so much, and apparently there's a really cute blind box at 7-Eleven. She gave me one that she got this morning already that she didn't love, this one right here. And then hopefully we can get a cute one together. Let's go!
Late night blind box.
The pink's really cute. Okay, don't look up. Okay, now we look pink. Did you want the blue? The blue's cute. The blue. Oh my god. Oh, I'm really nervous about this one. This is my second one. Come on. Okay. Yeah, we'll go back. Okay, we'll be back, guys. We'll be back.
Froggy. He's a little frog crayon.
We got it! Yay! Hi guys, good morning. We are heading out to breakfast now. We're gonna go get some kaya toast with Jeannie. Dom has never tried kaya toast before and I'm so excited for him to try because it literally changed my life. It was so delicious. And then we're gonna head out for lunch with the group. It's gonna be another foodie pack day, so let's head out together.
This was Dom and Jeannie's first time trying kaya toast, and to say it changed their lives is an understatement. If you never had kaya toast before, it is Singapore's most beloved and nostalgic breakfast, made with crispy toasted bread, generously spread with kaya, a rich silky coconut jam made from coconut milk, sugar, eggs, and pandan leaves. It's then layered with a thick slab of cold salted butter, which melts perfectly into the warm toast. Honestly, pure heaven. It's usually served with soft-boiled eggs, runny, smooth, and seasoned with a drizzle of dark soy sauce and a touch of white pepper. Mix it all together and dip the toast right in, and this combo is literally a match made in heaven. 10 out of 10 must try if you're ever in Singapore. Today was our last meal together with the group, and honestly, I was so sad. We ended our trip at the beautiful High House located on level 62 of One Raffles Place, where we had the most beautiful 360 view of Singapore skyline. It felt like the perfect spot to unwind, reflect, and relive all the memories that we made together. Over amazing food, heartfelt conversations, and delicious cocktails. It never stops to amaze me how food can bring everyone together. Through this trip, I got to meet so many talented, creative, and kind souls. I left feeling so inspired by Jeannie and Bella and all the new friends I made here in Singapore. Food literally connected us all together. It brought us to Singapore and allowed us to share our love for food, culture, flavor, and storytelling. Before heading back to Vancouver, I actually surprised Dom by staying a few extra days in the city, just the two of us. We spent those days exploring more yummy food, soaking in every moment, and comparing old memories to new ones. Being back in Singapore made me reflect. Not just on how much the city has changed, but also how much we have grown too. It is crazy to think how much life has shifted over the last 8 years, yet one thing that has always stayed constant is us. To come back together to a place that we both love so much, a place that fills our bellies, warms our hearts, and makes us smile. Truly feels like a dream that I never want to wake up from.
You're so lucky. We got Frankie and Luffy. How did you get Luffy?
We specifically wanted these two.
Singapore, thank you so much for welcoming us with open arms and giving us some of the best, happiest memories of our lives. And I also want to say a big thank you to you for always supporting me, watching my videos, and being part of this journey. Because of you, I get to have these incredible experiences, travel the world, and share them with my life partner. And finally, a huge thank you to Singapore Tourism Board for bringing us all together and making this trip possible. I am leaving here with so many memories, laughters, my belly is so full, and so many friendships that I know I'll cherish forever. I hope you guys enjoy coming along on this foodie journey. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next week. Love you!